Greetings, YouTube. I've said it many times over the years that there's dumb and then there's Redcap dumb. And how has the GOP decided to express this particular trait of theirs, this particular strain of stupidity? They've decided to try to eliminate the polio vaccine in the state of New Hampshire. Yes, the polio vaccine. You know, the vaccine that's helped us wipe out the polio virus? That one? Uh-huh. They don't want to have it used. I, they're probably going to put it under the auspices of saying, well, polio has been eliminated. You have to be sure that you keep that up for a very long time. You have to make sure that there are no reservoirs out there that are festering around. But because the polio virus vaccine is so common, those reservoirs of disease aren't really gaining any traction. But if you then give them an ample supply of people who do not have a vaccine in their system, those reservoirs will then take advantage of that population, and all of a sudden, boom, you have a polio outbreak. Now, I don't need a degree in, immunology to do that. I probably said that wrong. I don't have to be a doctor. I don't have to have a diploma or a little eight-pointed, mortar cap, no mortar board. No, I just have to know that you use the vaccines until the consensus is the vaccines are no longer required. And at this point in time, the vaccines are still required. So keep taking them. And before anyone says anything, vaccines are safe. Vaccines are probably the most well-studied branch of science when it comes to medicine that has ever been done. When it comes to medical science, we have been researching vaccines since the 18th century. Okay, so this is not new stuff. We have a really firm grip on how vaccines work. And with the new stuff they're coming up with now, they're able to come up with vaccines in incredibly short periods of time because of all the research they've done up until now. Like for example, when the COVID vaccine came out, they didn't start from square one to create that vaccine. They've been doing research on that particular kind of vaccine for 20 years. So they had a very strong base upon which to build and on. So that when they decided to go for it, they had all that work ready to go. So we should be encouraging vaccine research and we should be encouraging vaccine use. Vaccines are not dangerous. Vaccines do not cause autism. Do you know what causes autism? Genetics. And why do you think autism has blossomed? Because we have better diagnostic criteria now than we did when I was a kid and I wasn't diagnosed as autistic. So I spent 58 years of my life thinking I was broken and not understanding why everything around me made no goddamn sense. So vaccines don't cause autism. Vaccines are safe. Get your kids vaccinated. As far as I'm concerned, a failure to get your children vaccinated should be considered medical neglect and an endangerment. It really should. Parents should not be making decisions like this unless they actually have the education to make the decisions like this. You go to a specialist because you don't have the knowledge the specialist does. And the specialists in this case are the doctors, and the doctors are telling you, get your goddamn vaccines. So the GOP should just shut up, sit down, and do whatever it is they do when they're not in the public eye. I don't want to think about it.